Good students are always fun to work with, I find, especially graduate students, who have perhaps got a bit more experience base to start work on a particular research project. One of the things that I've always advised people to do when I've worked with them as students is to do their own literature review. Even though I might have seen quite a lot of papers on a particular topic, I don't bias people. I like them to do the work to get into it. And it's very interesting how they would approach a given question in very different ways. One thing that is important, I would say, when you do get to the point where you're having to do research projects and perhaps later in your career, is it's very easy to get distracted by things. I think that's probably even more true today with all the social media and, everybody expects their emails to be answered in the next 5 minutes. So I've had a habit which I was informed about by David Sackett, who was actually the first chair of our department, and he's a man I respect enormously. But one thing I do remember him saying was, you need to take a day a week for yourself. Shut yourself away somewhere. It can be at home, it can be in your office, but just close the door. But don't answer the phone. Don't answer any letters. Don't do anything like that. Just focus on what really seems to be of interest to you at the moment. It could be something new idea. Take that time to read that paper that you've had on your desk for a couple of weeks. So if you do that religiously, if you take even 1 day a week as a minimum, it can be enormously productive. It's a stimulus and a catalyst to whatever else happens during the week. I think there's been a change in the culture too over the years, that the value of statistical analysis has been increasingly recognized. I remember when I was in school, actually, we did this study in physics experiment, where we had to work out the gravitational constant. So if you did this experiment and something went wrong, like the length of the pendulum slipped or something, so you got it measured slightly incorrectly or something, and it was obvious from the result that you got the wrong answer. It didn't agree with the number that you were supposed to get. Well, you just throw those away and do it again, right? Whereas in real science, that's an absolute no-no. If there's a funny-looking observation, it may be a mistake, and it's useful to find out why it's a mistake and correct it. But sometimes it could be an exceptional individual, and you can learn something from the outliers or the abnormal results much more than you would from a typical person. So keeping all of the data in is very important, and having a way to analyze the data where you include all of those observations, again, I think is really crucial. In general, balance is important. You've got to have another life, I think. So I found that, well, in my case, I play music. I play symphony orchestra music, and I'm quite serious about it. I'm in a very good group, as it happens, with good audiences, and we play some very challenging pieces, and I thoroughly enjoy that. But it's a different way of thinking, of course. I'm there in a completely different environment, and my responsibilities and my challenges are completely different from what I do in my day-to-day work. But I'm sure one feeds off the other. Absolutely sure of that. So do something else, would be the advice, I think.